Summer solstice, you know, terrific. Anyway, we're here to launch the official, make the official launch of the latest edition of the Ordinance Survey Ireland Adventure Series. They're based around South Mayo, Croagh, Croagh Patrick and Clare Island. 2 maps covering those areas. We're also here to launch a book by local entrepreneur and now author, Harry Hughes, entitled Croagh Patrick. A place of pilgrimage, a place of beauty. What I would like to do is, first of all, introduce Bryan Quinn from Whyte, Ireland. Bryan is very much involved in the activity area of Whyte, Ireland, so it fits quite well that he would launch on our behalf the maps this evening. So I'll just ask Bryan Quinn from Whyte, Ireland to say a few words and to officially launch the 2 new Adventure Series maps. Thank you.
Today I was in our university lecture hall with Bryan for a while, and we met Martin Gavin, the IFA, Mayo IFA, and he was extolling us about how wonderful the Leenane Mountain Walking Festival went this year. And when you think about it, having an IFA man tell you that the tourist mountain walking festival went so well, it's a great honour, it's a great thing in itself in terms of our community. He and I went walking around Westport, and he was telling me how wonderful Westport is. And I've been living here a while. Do I really appreciate it enough? And I began reflecting about this, and I remember, I'm from Kildare. I came here in 1987 because my wife told me I was going to live here. and I remember telling my older brother Barry, that I was moving to Westport. And he used to come to Achill a lot. And he said, oh yeah, Westport. That used to be a dump on our way to Achill. And when you think of it, in my working life, this town, which was never a dump, obviously, but it has been totally transformed in terms of, look where we are today. We live in the best place to live in Ireland. Yes. We live in one of the best places in the world. And we've seen huge transformation. We have just witnessed the transfer of this fantastic property and land from one great Westport family to another great Westport family. We're going to make this huge investment on our behalf and make our town so much richer and so much better as a result of it. It's a huge, great honour, and we really thank you, the Hughes family, for the investment and the sheer the willingness that you've put forward in taking on this adventure. We need a fantastic vision for Westport. When you think about where Westport is now, you know, it was never an overnight success. It was all about great people working together. I think of Sean Staunton and Liam Lyons and Michael O'Donnell. Those called fantastic people working in Westport tourism and Westport tidy towns over the years. And we had a great Westport Urban District Council. We miss it in terms of giving us fantastic leadership we had. We had a great vision of Westport, of where it's going. And right now, Westport probably is at its peak. It's never been better here in terms of our quality of life and the investment that's been made in our town. But we need to mind it. We need to be sure that those people that have that long-term vision, what makes us fantastic now, there's a great investment made 10 years, 15 years ago. And we need to do that right now. We all need to mind our town. We need to be making sure that local authorities, that Whyte, Ireland, that other bodies are doing the right thing for our communities. Because what makes Westport such a fantastic place to live in is this community. We're all about our community. We need to support each other. We need to invest in each other. We need to support each other's businesses. Because that's what makes us fantastic. That's what makes people want to come here and visit here. Because it's about the community of Westport. Whyte, Ireland too has a vision for tourism. And for next over 10 years, Whyte, Ireland want to make sure that Ireland is a place that consistently delivers brilliant visitor experiences. You know, fantastic things to happen. Finan and I, my colleague, we just come from the launch of the Bio Mio project, You know, the Airbnb of dining out in people's houses has been launched in Westport tonight. This idea where you come to Westport and you go to somebody's house and have a meal and engage with people. Like, who wouldn't want to do that? It's just a brilliant thing to do. It's like Travis's idea in terms of the Greenway, when you cycle, or sorry, take a boat over to Mulranny and cycle back. What family wouldn't want to do that? Those type of fantastic experiences that allow us to engage with the landscape and engage with people are the things that we need to invest more in to encourage more visitors to come here. We want to develop a world-class walking and adventure tourism destination that's year-round, with a programme of festivals and events showcasing our culture, our people and our places. And Fáilte Ireland are going to make a very steady investment in these areas over the next few years, particularly in terms of the state assets. We're going to invest strongly in our national parks and Quilcha, in Waterways Ireland, because we know that we can lever a lot of new adventure programmes and new opportunities to engage with the landscape. And in fairness, tourism has been very successful here. We've had an increase of over 3 million visitors come to Ireland between 2013 and 2017, and we'll have increases this year as well. And this whole idea of adventure outdoor tourism is hugely important to us now. Over 2 million visitors cite walking and sightseeing as a major activity for them. And we're very well placed here in Westport in respect of that. You know, the Wild Atlantic Way is Fáilte Ireland's message internationally to get people to come to the west of Ireland. It's been very successful. It's now maturing. More and more people from overseas are coming here because of the Wild Atlantic Way. And that we are investing strongly in terms of that idea of a visitor experience plan, planning what the visitors will do in areas. And we're going to roll out a programme specifically for Croagh Bay early next year. We've started work on the Wild Atlantic Way coastal path. In other words, we don't want people just to engage with the Wild Atlantic Way by driving it, be it motorbikes or buses or cars. We want to walk it, to cycle it, go by horse, go by boat. But we want slow tourism. We want people to engage with people, to invest, to spend money, employ people here. And it's been very successful in respect to that. Tourism now employs more people than agriculture, employs more people than in education, etc. It's our third biggest industry in this country, and we have huge potential to grow it much more. Westport is best in class, in other words. And when you think about where we are now, in terms of this key destination, Westport is awfully well placed on that Wild Atlantic Way. South of us, in terms of Connemara, huge investment programme going on there in terms of that visitor experience plan. Connemara is known now for its wilderness tradition and innovation, its inlets and islands, its resilience and rebellion. These are the stories that we want to play on in terms of developing experiences in Connemara. And if you go north of us now, in terms of looking at what's happening in the expansion of the national park, that huge area that we have, and we don't have a big town in Mayo, but this idea of Wild Atlantic Way and playing on the word wild is a huge opportunity for us. Like Colin Cronin has brought a few of us together now with Colin Stafford Johnson, and we're looking at this idea of a wildlife festival for Westport. Imagine if we could capture that space on the Wild Atlantic Way, that this is the place you come for biodiversity. This is the place that people come to engage with landscape and the flora and fauna of the Wild Atlantic Way. Let's make ourselves famous for this particular niche. We have a huge opportunity. Loch Cara is our burn. It's a mini burn. Just out the road in Belclare, you have the Pearl Mussel. Instead of these things being objectives that are given out about them in terms of planning, let's turn them to a positive. Let's showcase them as an opportunity for those visitors that are hugely interested in this, in being able to engage with the landscape. We are well placed here in Westport and able to do that. So we can become the wild of the Wild Atlantic Way. And it's a fantastic partnership for us now that Westport is so well endowed with its natural endowment, whatever it is, that even Ordinance Survey now want to invest more in here. We're unique in that they have produced 2 maps, specifically in terms of Westport and Croagh Bay. Maps that are fantastic in terms of their scale and detail. Harry made the case outside that every island in Croagh Bay is named on the map because of the scale that's in it. In other words, for the visitor, it's a fantastic resource. And Ordinance Survey obviously have their View Ranger facility in terms of a mobile facility as well. So we want to thank you indeed, Ordinance Survey, for the investment you've made in our town. But I would ask you, I would implore you, that as citizens, are part of our community, that we continually engage with our community, that we support each other, that we support the Hugheses in what they're doing in terms of this investment, and we make sure that Westport continues to be the best place to live in Ireland. Thank you.